I have a process that I go through before every game where I go in and I pick the balls. When I pick those, to me, they're perfect. I don't want anyone touching the balls after that. I don't want anyone rubbing them. To me, those balls are perfect, and that's what I expect when I show up on the field.
All NFL quarterbacks doctored the balls. Have you feel you've done anything differently than anybody else in the league?
I'm not sure. I can only speak for myself. I think that there's a process that everybody goes through. You go through that process of breaking the balls in and getting comfortable with them. And then, that's what I expect to go out on the playing field with.
What the difference, Tom, from a quote-unquote underinflated ball to an overinflated ball, and the balls that you used in the first half, did you notice a difference in the balls that were actually there for the second half? And would it make a difference?
Once I approve the ball, like I said, that's the ball that I expect out there on the field. So it wasn't even a thought, inkling of a concern of mine that they were any different. I just assumed that they were exactly the same. First half, second half. Yeah, I'm very comfortable saying that. As far as I know, I don't know everything. I like them at the way that I like them, which is at 12.5. I mean, to me, that's a perfect grip.
You're saying, hey, have I played with an underinflated ball before?
I have no idea. So, we can rally around one another and support one another. Those are, very personal things, with my teammates. I go in there and I choose, however many balls are necessary for the game. When I felt them, they were perfect. I mean, I wouldn't want anyone touching those. I would zip those things up and lock them away until I got out on the field and had the opportunity to play with them, and that's what I thought I was doing. So this is a very serious, topic.
The start of the second half was delayed. The balls were swapped out. Coach says he knew nothing about it, which, you have to take him at his word, but the game was delayed. How did you guys on that sideline not know what was going on the field with respect to the balls, and that there was obviously an issue with the balls?
I don't think anybody knew there was an issue with the balls. I think they said the balls are not ready for play, and then I turned around in the huddle, and the ball was ready for play. That was more sour grapes than anything.
I think your perfect ball is 12 and a half. So your perfect ball is 12 and a half.
There are people who are going to hear this, and they're going to say, if you're so familiar with the equipment, how could you not know that the balls were underinflated? What would you say to them?
It's different from game to game. I mean, some days one ball may feel good, the next day it may not. It depends on maybe how, the humidity in the air or how old the ball was, or, I think there's a lot of variables with, obviously, Mother Nature and with the balls. So, whatever feels good that day, those are the ones that I would typically choose.
So those are the same ones that maybe Bill squirts a little water on when you're not looking at it in practice?
Yeah, he does that a lot.
When you initially tested the balls and they met your approval, do you think you would have noticed if the balls were underinflated at that time?
Yeah, but I'm not, I don't know, I guess it's a challenging thing. I'm not squeezing the ball. I don't sit there and, try to squeeze it and determine that. If that's what the Colts want to do, then that's what they want to do.
Along with the fact that you had better numbers after that happened, when the whole exchange was made, you went 9 for 9 in the rest of that third quarter after the supposedly underinflated balls were taken care of.
They inflated them, and, I didn't notice the difference. Wish I could tell you something different. I just didn't notice any difference.
Tom, you were instrumental in helping the league change the rule that lets teams bring their own balls to games on offense.
Yeah.
Will you now help lobby the league to change the rules surrounding this situation?
What situation, what process would that be? Of us breaking in our own balls? We break them in practice, certainly sometimes. Yeah, we definitely do that. But I certainly wouldn't want them to take away us breaking the balls in. I think that's a great thing for all the quarterbacks to have the balls in play that they want to use. Everybody has a preference. Some guys like them round, and some guys like them thin. Some guys like them tacky. Some guys like them brand new. Some guys like old balls. I mean, they're all different. Every batch comes, they're different. So you got to feel them, and you try to go out and you try to use the ones that you like the best, the ones that you use in practice. You want to go out there and try to have the most possible consistency you can to go in the game with.
And I'm concerned that some of the balls will be underweight, so will you then go to the league and say, hey, let's change these rules. Let's make sure I'm never touching the ball that I believe is the proper weight that might not be.
Absolutely. If they want to check that, I would love for them to be at 12 and a half. Like I said, I think that's the perfect fit for me. I know there's other quarterbacks, like I said, that may prefer more than that. But, you know, that's what works for me. It's all a very individual thing. I have no explanation for it. I don't know what happened between the time that I touched it and, you know, really till Monday morning, I had no idea what happened with the balls. So
Who handles the balls after the ref hands them back over to team custody?
I have no idea.
Personally sought out anyone from the equipment staff just to ask them if they did anything with the balls?
Yeah, and they haven't, and I believe them. And they also know that how I like the balls, and I tell them how great they are before the game, and how, you know, perfect job, great job. So they know how I like it.
Then he's got blown out of proportion for absolutely no reason.
Yeah.